Hi everyone, it is Lisa from Stitching the Dream, flying solo today. I wanted to do a quick WIP parade, or a sort of a WIP parade while it's still January, because today is January 20th. Instead of doing an actual WIP parade, because I have way too many WIPs, I thought I would just do an overview of things I touched in 2025. So this is my 2025 recap. I went through my logs and journals, pulled out everything that I touched in 2025, whether it was a WIP or a start or a finish or any combination of those things. So I still got a pretty good number here. So let me just get going and show you what I got. The first thing I'm going to show is a WIP. I'm going to start with things that were WIPs at the beginning of the year and remain WIPs at the end of the year. First one is AKGIT 1833 by Modern Folk Embroidery. This one I started, I believe, in 2023, and I love it. I don't know, well, like I always say, why don't I stitch this? Because I don't know. I will stitch this. So here's where I'm at now. So you can see I'm down to the second set of big medallions. So that puts me a little less than halfway done, but I love this. I love, 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 love this. So I'm thinking that this might be the summer when we head up to the lake. I decided I was going to bring one big project and work on it the whole summer. I did that this past year and it really worked out well. Got a lot done. This might be what I take this year. Okay, the next thing is another big one. I didn't do a lot on this one this year, but I wanted to show some of the over 1 on 56 count words that I did, because that was kind of fun to do. So this is Andale 1827 by Shakespeares Peddler. It's a giant sampler. That's what it looks like when it's done, or what it will look like when it's done. And as a bottom starter, I did that big honking bit of grass first, and then I'm working my way up. So you can see the words on the, whatever side that is, the left, the right, whatever side that is. I'm looking at it backwards, so dyslexia is kicking in. And the words across the center. Those are all over 1 on 56 count. Check that out. That was surprisingly fun to do. So hopefully I'll get some more of this done. And all that's left is all those pretty little motifs that go on up. The heavy stitching, I think, is done, other than the over 1 words. And it's all these pretty motifs. You would think that would be fun and relatively straightforward, easy to do. Well, I will get there, like I say for everything. Okay, next I have Bear in the Birches. So this is a Charly Harper that I've been working on and off for quite a while. When did I start this? I don't even know. Maybe in 23. But it's really cool looking. So I haven't done a lot on here, but you can kind of see the bear now. You can see here's his head and his little arms coming through, and some broken logs, some fallen trees, and it's just really pretty. Yeah, so I would like to get this back going again too, but we shall see. Okay, next is Emma Sanford. So Emma Sanford is a little sampler. It's a Bristol sampler. I bought this at the attic a few years back. It's just sweet. Just a really sweet. I'm doing this on 56 count. And I've got a good amount done. I'm just working my way up through the alphabets at the top, but you can see you know, there's a good amount of stitching done in there. Yeah. It's kind of cool. So I'm like her. She kind of travels with me because it's small and only one color. So she travels well. The next one is Helen Henderson, 1816. This was a classroom piece from that we got at the Queen City Sanford Guild, but it's by Old Willow Stitchery. It was sold as a kit. It's a beautiful Scottish sampler, and for some reason I just put it down and never quite got back to it, but I will. This is where I'm at right now. I'm not sure what this line is here. I hope I didn't, when I had it folded, I hope I didn't. Oh well. Maybe there'll be enough stitching over it where that won't show. But these are all, I think they're called Queen Stitch? No. Yeah. All of these here, they're all Queen Stitch. And there's a ton of those things. I mean, it's just I think a metric ton of them. There's so many. But it's gorgeous. Get working on this, Lisa. Jeez. Okay, next is, what did I touch next? Molly. Okay, so Molly is one of those wonky girls that I love. I finished Elizabeth. She's actually hanging in one of the spare bedrooms. And I would love to get Molly finished so I can put her up, because Elizabeth's getting lonely. She needs to have a friend with her. And I mean, I've got a good bit done. Why don't I do more? I don't know. Poor headless Molly and her cat. Yeah, I need to get more done on this. So that is another WIP that remained a WIP. Okay, another WIP that started as a WIP and remained as a WIP is my last one that started as a WIP and remained as a WIP. This is the Moroccan lanterns. I bought this off of Etsy. Who is this by? Vivsters? Vivsters cross stitch. I just love the colors. I thought they were just happy. Sometimes you just want to do happy. Of course, I haven't picked this up since far too long. But look how cool it is. Isn't it beautiful? They actually look like they're lit. Yeah. All right, I need to get back to this one because this is really pretty. So that's Moroccan lanterns. Okay, so the next one is a start. So this is a start. Wait a minute, I'm out of order. No, I'm not. This is a WIP. This is also a WIP. I'm sorry. This is a WIP that was a WIP and still is a WIP. This is the Quaker Dwelling. This is one that I do travel with. This one is great for flying because I've got so much of the mortar done in the house. All I have to do is fill in the bricks. So that's pretty fun to do on the airplane. So here is where I am at on a Quaker Dwelling. So just for funsies, I started working outside the house to get some of the little motifs in. But you can see how I've got all this mortar done, and then I just kind of go through and fill in. I think I was missing a color to do some of the windows, to fill in some of the windows. So this one's kind of backburnered. But now that I'm thinking about it, I do need to get a different gold for the windows. So anyway, that was the last WIP that is still a WIP. Okay, so this one is a new start this year. It's a scarlet letter called a Miscellany. I just think those are cool. They're just fun and funky. Look like tapestries. So, and this one I'm actually working on, so it's still on the frame. A lot of them I took off just anyway. So here's where I'm at. You can see I'm doing the, again, bottom starter. So I'm at there, but look how fun they are. I just think they're cool. fun to do. And they're neat because you do the black, at least I would do the black outlining and then it's just fill it in, you know? So it's kind of not mindless, but easy stitching. Okay, next I have another new start. This one I started in October. It's called Extraordinary Birds. And this one I'm doing because a lady sent me a finished piece of this to be framed and I could not stop looking at it and wiping the drool off my mouth. So this is Extraordinary Birds by Lola Crow Cross Stitch. And I am to here on this guy. This is actually a little harder to stitch than I thought it was going to be. There's a lot of detail in all these birds, but I really like it. I like how it's looking. And those bright, bright, bright colors again. So maybe this is going to be my year of color. Or maybe last year was my year of color. Okay, next. Okay, so the next one is a sal that I am doing with Pam Schaffner and Delisha Noble from the Crockpot crew. It is a Graveyard Wander by the Witchy Stitcher. This is cute. This is a cute. And it's fun because each of us started in a different place. You know, Delisha started on the girl's face and Pam started up on the leaves, and of course I am a bottom starter, so anyway, so I've got the two bodies and the two masks and one of the tombstones and some of the leaves, and it's just cute. It's just a really, really, really cute stitch. And then I put it called for some DMC gold here. I used a metallic for his watch band, and I used a metallic red for her ruby, and I think somebody's wearing a ring. She has her wedding ring. I put a metallic, just a little something. I thought that was kind of fun. And then he's wearing, you can't tell yet, but he's wearing a monocle, so I'll outline that in a gold metallic too, because why not? Why not? Okay, so the next one, because so I started a full coverage because Mark wanted me to stitch something for him, full coverage. So I picked out a few, you know, small things for him to pick. I said, just let me know what you like. And he saw down at the bottom of the website suggestions, and one of them was a lion. He said, well, I really like that lion down at the bottom. Can you stitch that lion for me? Well, the lion is ginormous. So this I am stitching for Mark. It's called King of Beasts. And it will take me probably a decade to do, but that's okay. He promised he would marry me when I'm done, so, you know, it is what it is. Here is where I'm at. I don't even know if I can get back far. There we go. So you can see, you know, his nose and his mouth and his chin, and then his mane will come over here, and then it goes off into shadow. So this side is predominantly black all the way up. But this is going to take some time. This is a true labor of love, all because he saw Melissa, our friend Melissa's Day of the Dead full coverage piece. She brought it over here to have some glass put on in the frame, and Mark saw it and he looked at me and he's like, why don't you ever stitch cool things like that? I'll show you cool. Anyway, good thing I love him. Okay, next is another sal. So this one is a sal with the Crockpot ladies, and it is Kringles by Little House Needleworks. I think Pam just showed hers on her video, and she started here up on the roof, and people are just starting wherever. I started right here in the center at the door, and it's really pretty. Let's see, where is it? Oh, here it is. So this is Kringles. another new start for 2025. And that's where I am on Kringles. So there's the front door with the lanterns and the reindeer, and moved on to the next window. And yeah, it's really pretty. I wasn't sure I was going to enjoy doing this one. It's not really something I would normally stitch, but I like it. It's fun to do. Okay, next we have, my thing is getting all mixed up here. Okay, so my temperature cups. So I started temperature cups, and then I kind of fell out of doing it. I got it about, well, I got through June. Let me show you a picture. So it's coffee cups and drink cups of the temperature of the, high temperature of the day. So I am down one day into July. I've got all the temperatures recorded, so it's just a matter of doing the cups. But here's where I am. I need to get this done because it's going to be silly to be stitching this for years to come. But anyway, here's temperature cups 2025 for the zip code of our cabin in northern Minnesota. Okay, then the next one is another start. This one I started in February. It is the Watercolor Elephant. I love this. So why am I not finishing this? I don't know. But it's pretty neat. I think he's pretty neat. Here's where I'm at. So you can see I got his feet, I've got his tusks, here's his trunk coming up, his ears over here. So I got a good bit done. Why don't I? Issues, because I have issues. Okay, that I believe, oh no, I have one more start from this year. This is, what is this? Winter Sampler by Birds of a Feather. So this was gifted to me by one of my framing customers, which I thought was really super sweet. And I stitched a little bit on this summer. But again, I was surprised it's not an easy stitch. I guess, I don't know, I thought it was going to be a real simple one, but it's coming along. I'm doing it on 56 count, so it's a little smaller than you normally would see this, but still pretty. Okay, so those are the starts that are whips. So whips that I completed, previous whips that I completed in 2025. I was so excited about this because this has been a whip for since 2021. This was the Stitch Along 2021 Modern Folk Embroidery, The Fruit of Plenty. I finished it. Yay me. So here it is. Oh, I love this. I love this. I don't normally do a video this time of day, and the glare is kind of funny, but that's okay. So here is The Fruit of Plenty, Modern Folk Embroidery, 2021, finished in 2025. Okay, my next whip that became a finish, I bought, oh my, when did I start this? Probably around 2021 also, because I thought it was very funny. It might have been even sooner. This might have been 2019. So this is Lindy Stitches, Love You More Than Yesterday. So I stitched this one for Mark, and Mark's favorite color is black. So I stitched it in black, and he'll take this up to his office and put it on his desk there. So all of his workmates, his playmates at work will know how much I love him. But it turned out cute. Ah, glare. This one used acrylic to instead of glass. I should have used glass. Oh well, there we go. Fun stuff. Okay, so then the next WIP that became a finish is Simplicity by Cottage Garden Samplings. This one I started forever ago with Amy from Amy Loves Toads as a stitch along, and she finished hers a long time ago, and I just finished mine this past September. So here it is. I've loved this since I very first saw it. Absolutely love this. So I'm happy with this one. It's obviously framed and hanging in my house already. So this is Simplicity, a WIP that has become a finish. And then the last WIP that has become a finish, I will insert a video because it was my white elephant gift at our crockpot retreat back in September. It was, it's the Quaker Ball by Amaryllis Artworks. I did one like this. And I'll put a picture in here so that you can see how it looks, because it's really cool. So the next set of things are, they were starts during the year that were finished during the year. So the first one is from this, I'm not going to dig through because I don't have but I did a whole set of stockings. 3 of them were started this year and finished this year. 2 of them were started in prior years. But they are here. I'm trying to be so organized, but failing miserably. Okay, so here are 4 of them. Obviously, they're not fully finished, and I'm a little nervous that this is going to be tight here, but we'll see. And then the final one is this one here, and I did put 2025 in just a little bit darker red because that is when the set was complete. So I like those. I'm not sure if I want to finish them as stockings or finish them as ornaments. I will decide that before Christmas, because I would like to have those done so I can put them up at Christmas time next year, this year, 2026. Okay, so then after that is the Gathering Together Pin Keep. So this is the chart here. So this one I started and finished this year, and then I will fully finish this at some time, probably in the next couple weeks. But I love this. I've got a couple others that go with this, because I've got this guy that I got as a white elephant, so he's in the same series. But I also think, ouch, this strawberry, this bird on the strawberry goes with that. That's that same feel too. So these guys sit in a little basket back here behind me. So I can do this without giving myself a bruise again. But I love this guy. He was super fun to stitch. I actually stitched him, I started him September 19th and I finished him on the 23rd. So that was a quick one. Okay, so next is Joy. So Joy by Shakespeares Peddler, I believe. Yeah, so this is, I bought this at Nashville Market, one of the Nashville Market releases last year, 2025. And I took this up to the lake and I stitched it there. Oh, and I do have this one framed, and it normally hangs on this blank spot right behind me here. But I took it down so I could show you. Isn't it pretty? Oh, Teresa, this is just lovely. I do love this one. It's one of those that just makes you happy. Made me happy stitching it, and yeah. So love that one. Love, love, love. Okay, the next one I don't have with me because it was a Secret Santa exchange gift. So I stitched this set of ornaments by Renato Perelin. I'll insert a picture so you can see how my finished ones look. And Crystal, actually, I had her name last year for Christmas, so this was the gift I made for her this past year. But I'll put that picture in here right now. So this next one is a start. I started it in April, finished it in October, and this is the one that I predominantly stitched at the lake. I stitched this at the cabin last year. It was a joy to stitch. So it is Quinto Acuto, the pointed fifth. Here's what the chart looks like by Long Dog Samplers. I loved this, absolutely loved this. And I have it framed, so let me grab this. And it is, here it is. Isn't it beautiful? Oh my gosh, I love this. Oh, gives me shivers looking at it. So this hangs in my bedroom because I like to look at it. Okay, and then the final start and finish is called Sheepish Manor. I believe it's by Chessie and me. I can't find my chart, and I think I might have lent it out. But I think it's Chessie and me. It's called Sheepish Manor, and here it is. And I made a huge mistake on this, which it's only supposed to be like this big, but I accidentally counted too many and did not feel like ripping it out. So I added a little tree and tried to make it look like it was supposed to be that way. So don't tell anyone, but it's cute. Yeah, that is my recap of 2025. So I hope you enjoyed that. It was fun for me to look back over the year and realize, wow, I actually did do a lot of stitching, because sometimes, you know, you don't feel like you're getting stuff done or that you're making any progress, but I actually did. So that was exciting. Okay, so I'm going to sign off for now. Hopefully Crystal and I will be able to get together to do a video or two before I skip town again in May. Life is just insane, so we'll see. We'll do our best. Anyway, it was a pleasure. So thank you for joining me, and I will talk to y'all again soon. Bye.